Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and dale to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid. But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee. A fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Ya-da-da-da-da-lie-da-lie. Adventures waiting further down the road. Let's go! Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-da-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-da-da-lie-da-lie.
Greetings, adventurers, and welcome back to Nat 21. It is I, your Twitch Mod Gun Game Master, here for another installment of Coriolis: The Third Horizon, The Dying Ship, Part 2 now. We've had some wonderful adventures last week, and let's get right into this and see what's happening this week. But first, we need that bean footage. Ominous? Ominous? No, there's nothing ominous here. But let's meet our crew adventurers and see what they're thinking as they go into this next part of their adventure.
I'm Malik Al Nadir, former Legionnaire, captain of the Crimson Dawn. Seemed like a simple enough job. We found the ship. I'm just hoping in order to bring it back to Coriolis, we won't have to sacrifice Adam again.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm Hannah Salachi. I'm the pilot of the Crimson Dawn, also former Legionnaire. I'm not feeling real good about this. It seems like a simple run, but there's a lot of stuff that's not being shared with us. And we're looking at getting in tight quarters and unknown terrain. Not looking forward to it.
All right. You're muted.
That would help. I'm Zara Urakam. I'm the gunner on the Crimson Dawn. I am no longer muted. Not really feeling this one. Not real thrilled that we've got our employer along for the ride. Kind of an unusual situation, and I don't like unusual situations.
And everyone's favorite engineer turned grease monkey / AI polisher.
My name is Adam Al-Mahad. I am the ship's engineer and the heart of the crew, I'd say. I have multiple talents, and stealth is not one of them. But we finally have someone hiring us who likes stories and dreams as much as I do. And maybe we found a new permanent friend.
We'll see how things go, whether or not he actually becomes a friend of yours, Adam. All right, so we are in Act 2, which means I also get to do this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to vibrate me? Is that supposed to...
No, that's just your own natural excitement.
That's 2 zeros, right? 0 times 0.
Right. It's a zero on top of a zero. We're double odd.
Oh, well, with your luck, Adam's probably going to try to divide by 0, Adam's splicing something, and there goes the neighborhood.
Imaginary numbers are there to fill the gaps between what we know.
Adam, remember, cut 1 wire.
Measure twice, cut once. You say that all the time.
All right. Well, we last left off. You guys had picked up a job from Mr. Kamburi. You accepted it and had a brief encounter with some Legionnaires who may or may not have placed a bug on your ship, it seems. So maybe the captain was right when saying we'll be seeing you again. But we left off with you just starting to come up with the RN2 on your sensors, and that's where we are going to resume. So the ice hauler appears ahead on your sensor screens. It's weak, but a recognizable echo. Closer examination is going to reveal that the RN2 is traveling with its transponder turned off, and that is emitting far less electromagnetic radiation than it ought to. These two factors indicating the ship is not running normally, that you can tell, and suggest someone on board has turned off some vital systems. So,
I relay this information to the captain.
How far are we? Are we in visual range?
Yep, you're coming up onto visual range now, and you see this ship here, except it's not all lit up.
Is there any visual indication that there's any power coming from it?
Nope. Let's see. As far as you can tell, the RN2 is almost as black as the surrounding night. And the bridge is dark, seemingly empty. Windows where you would expect crew quarters to be are black. And any attempts that you may make to contact the hauler are met with silence. Something you did not get from Adam.
Hannah, let's do a close slow flyby. I want to look at not only the better look at the bridge, but also all the docking ports and see if there's any exterior damage.
I assume we've got some form of running lights or long distance lights so that I'm not going to bump into her. Because right now it's a lot of just seeing where the stars aren't.
Yes, yeah, you're able to light it up, so to speak.
All right, a little bit. All right, I will do a slow and gentle pass around the ship.
Alrighty, yep. And as you're doing that, and do recall that you did receive from Mr. Kemburi this basic map of the
Oh
ship.
my.
So going into it, you already have an idea for what general stuff is positioned where. You know that there are 2 airlocks forward and 2 airlocks aft, as well as the key geographics of what is positioned where on the ship.
Are we able to determine with our scanners anything about the interior of the ship as far as power, atmosphere, gravity, anything like that?
Nope. As this time, all you see is just what you see.
Okay.
So all we know is it's partially powered down, but we don't know what they're funneling any energy to.
Correct.
Using energy for. Okay.
Correct.
And is it moving under its own power or is it drifting?
Yep, it is moving quite fast, as you see, straight into the eye of a new bar. As you're approaching for your visual inspection, you're able to run some calculations, and it seems that with your arrival time here, you have approximately 3 hours until you hit the ship hits its bingo mark and crashes into the eye of a new bar. You can thank Adam for that, for getting a critical on his data gen for the coordinates, because there's either 3 hours, 2 hour, or you had 1 hour.
Jeez.
Plenty of time.
Woo! I still feel like it's not a lot of time. Okay. Oh, what do you want us to do, Captain?
Well, if we don't see any movement on the bridge, we have 4 options for airlocks.
All right, I'll bring the ship around kind of in reverse in front of it, and have the lights on I get to pull a fun reverse jockey move. Shine lights into the bridge.
And then we want to see if the 4 airlocks are open, closed, blown, whatever, and then figure out how we want to enter, which I'm going to guess is probably, looking back at the diagram, obviously the main power plant and engine room are to the stern, and the bridge is the bow.
That would be correct, yes.
So we probably want to enter by the engine room. If we can gain control of the power plant and the engines, we may be able to do something.
Yep. And as you're flying through, you see that the forward airlocks appear to be non-operational. There is absolutely no indicator lights on those airlocks, so you would not be able to open those.
What about emergency vessels? Things that could have been jettisoned.
There's nothing.
Okay.
No
so
indication that there's any there, or
as far as you know, you don't see any signs for where they would have had any escape pods or lifeboats of the sort.
Okay.
And no signs of hull damage yet.
Nope. There appears to be no major damage. You see maybe small little pock marks here or there. There are a bunch of small asteroids that are flying about through the area as you are approaching the Eye of Anubar.
Let's check the rear hatches.
Yep. Airlocks. So bring us around to one of the rear airlocks.
All right. As you approach up, you do see the indicator lights on the airlock, signifying that it does appear that those airlocks are operational.
Well, this seems to be our point of ingress.
And do we have the Crimson Dawn have the ability to dock directly with this airlock?
Yes.
Okay.
If we
Is it
didn't,
far enough
I
from the
was
actual
going
ice
to make it
locks that-
happen.
Can I operate a thermal scan?
All right. So you're going to be docking?
And thermal
Okay.
scanning.
Is there the possibility to scan thermally just to see if one side has warmth and one side doesn't?
No, the ship is just so large and massive right now and dark. It's hard to tell anything at the moment.
And Holy Nights.
Oh, nice. Now we have the ability to, using the AI, we have the ability to dock and set our perimeter sensors so that if we're not on board the ship, we'll be warned if something or someone approaches.
If it is something that can be detected, then yes, that is possible to be done.
So we don't necessarily have to leave somebody behind.
You definitely don't want to leave Adam behind.
On our ship,
wasn't up and running.
Leave me. Take Chad.
Yeah, can I get one more crack at Chad while we're scanning?
Sure.
All right, I'll take is it a technology check then?
Yes. Let's see if you can
All right.
miraculously use a can of air duster and blow out the foam and get him running.
Only one success.
He flickers to life a little bit, but is unable to do much.
I just clear out all the detritus that is inside. I can take care of that later as well.
God, space roaches.
Cleaned out all the pizza boxes from my quarters. There should not be any space roaches we have to worry about.
Yeah, but it took weeks to get rid of them. And I just know there's a nest somewhere. Know it. I glanced down at my my underseat sweet treat hoard. Like I'm not the problem.
Ooh, 100% baklava left.
What?
Once we dock, are we able to read from their airlock the conditions inside?
Well, first off, let's see if your pilot can navigate through all of these small meteoroids that is passing through right now. And let's see if she can actually dock for you guys.
All right.
Of course she can.
So let's get that sweet pilot roll to dock with a bunch of small meteorites.
2. 3. I'll roll the last one for funsies. 3.
3 6s? Alrighty. Well, we'll skip over the failure and the limited options, and you pulled off a perfect docking maneuver.
So smooth.
Is it in yet?
Yeah, we're docked.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Truly spectacular.
That's why
What's
they pay
everyone
me
laughing?
the big bucks. Captain, when are you paying me the big bucks?
You're getting part of Adam's pay.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the deal after the space roaches happened. 10% of my burr goes into the my bad fund.
Yeah.
The mea culpa account.
Mea culpa. We have a big jar.
Alrighty. So,
It's like a swear jar, but for when I mess up.
Just throws beer into it every 5 minutes.
For some reason, I have physical beer, or it's have multiple tags with fivers on them.
all right, so you've now connected and docked, and the airlock, with a hiss and a clank, slides open seamlessly for you.
Okay. On their airlock controls, can we see the conditions inside their ship?
You've got the normal indicator lights that shows.
So there's not an interface.
The airlock's
with
in
the,
operation. You're able to go through. It's not, the
oh,
environment
it's not a
is.
computer interface.
Okay, so I'm going to gear up in my armor, which is vacuum safe, and I'm going to grab a few accoutrements to bring with me.
Doesn't our ship have oh no, we have like spacewalkie suits.
We should have exos. We probably have some vacuum suits. No, we have exos.
Yeah, I'm fully dressed, and I seal the front mask on my exosuit, which is still dirty, but the rest of me is all clean.
I also make sure everyone's loaded out with at least a sidearm. And Adam, your tools.
I've got my tools on me, and my Vulcan pistol is preloaded with my ballistic M injector.
Okay. How about cutting torch, which we should have on board.
I do have a cutting torch and a vacuum sealer, just in case anyone gets in trouble like that. And I've my ears have really leveled out since the last time I went into 0G. So I think I'll be a little bit more dexterous while I have my exosuit on. Thanks to those Folgers dilithium crystals. Good to the last drop.
Well, hopefully their plating will be operational and we won't need to go 0G again. But just in case, I'm going to bring along a couple of basically the same kind of harness we used on Adam when he spacewalked. So if we do need to tie ourselves down or to each other, we can.
I'm looking forward to another 0G excursion. I like it. It's fun.
Alrighty, so y'all gonna enter into the airlock?
Yay.
All fit,
Yep.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do we get pick an order?
Not yet at this time. As the airlock opens up for you, you are greeted by the body of Engineer Kakinewe Rabobo.
That was easy for you to say.
Well, this doesn't bode well.
And what is said engineer's body doing?
It is
Just
lying
lying
there,
What's the condition of the body?
dead.
So we
Does it
have
got holes in it, flashes. Does it
we have full gravity. The body's on the deck.
Give
Yeah.
me melee tests.
Oh.
Melee combat tests.
Nope.
1.
Okay, everyone but Hannah are looking over the body, and you are able to see that he has a small puncture wound through his chest that was caused by a mercurium sword.
Is he armed or armored? What is he wearing? And is there anything lying around him?
He's wearing everyday engineer clothing. As you inspect the body, you do come across a tabula that contains a log that has this.
Oh no.
Okay. While they look at the tabula. I'm going to go into Overwatch. Where are we now? Are we meaning what's open to us on their ship?
Give me just 1 sec here, please. I'm also going to forward this to the group. That way you can open it up in a larger format on your devices, on your own personal tabulas. Where's this folder? Handout 4. Sent. All right. So that is all going direct to your tabulas now. Let's see. So entering through the airlock, you're now into the center area, which would be the service central area.
Okay, then I'm going
that middle area and the stern on the map.
I'm going to bring my carbine up and I'm going to go into Overwatch while they're hovering over the body and looking at the tabula. I'm going to Overwatch
Is Master Kambori with us?
Yes.
Of course he is.
So he sees what's happening the whole time.
Mm-hmm. I can't really watch his face. Body language.
As one would expect for coming across a dead body in an airlock.
He's fully horrified.
All right.
Yep.
I will read
as you're
wouldn't
looking
expect
about the service central, you see aged control panels, black screens, and piles of worn down equipment filling this room, smelling faintly of ozone and burnt circuitry.
Can we smell anything through the exosuits?
No, I guess not unless you had cracked your helmets off.
No, not until we test
that's
the air.
not happening. Yep.
Yeah.
Can I get AI working on a air quality check? She tells me I smell so good. She must have the best sense of smell of us.
Yeah. That's that. Yeah, you can do some evaluating of the air quality to see how. Let's see. We'll give that. Yeah. All sensors report back that it is breathable and hospitable to human life.
I would stay in our suits though, for now. It looks like something maybe starting in the cargo bay. I don't know. It's very unclear on these logs whether or not it's a person, a thing, a pathogen, but something.
Well, if you look
really
at this,
messed this crew up.
Yeah, I'm thinking it didn't stay in the cargo bay, whatever it was, given
No, it certainly moved around.
Our friend here.
So let's see if we can gain control of the ship first, of at least the power plant.
Does his tabula have credentials on it, or is there a different tag that would allow us to use anything but his iris retina?
All you came across was just that tabula and the only thing he was able to produce that document that you have there.
Could I data gen
does
to
our
attempt
employer
to gather that?
Does our employer have the codes to control the ship?
No, he does not.
If this was the engineer of the ship, then
it may. I also think we should, once we get things stabilized, very cautiously investigate cargo.
Agreed.
But let's not go in.
Let's see if we can stop the ship first and gain control.
Yeah.
Do I see with the Medicogy how long the body's been dead?
Or more also what you don't see is you do not see any lights other than what you have coming from your exos.
Okay. Creepy. I'm gonna
It
leave the
is
body here.
dark. Because remember,
I'm
there's
gonna-
no power to things running right now,
All right.
except
I'm gonna,
the ship into the asteroid field.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna crack a light stick and leave that here by the body, and then based on the diagram that he gave us, we should start moving towards the actual control room, the engineering section.
I will take it rear position Overwatch.
I guess I have point.
Lucky you.
Yeah,
Everyone's
I'll back up,
standard
Captain,
code.
and maintain observation for any terminals that I might be able to data gen into, especially anything that would be related to the reactor. If we could find the reactor and make sure that we control where the power is going, then it's much less likely for us to be caught off guard.
Well, first priority is going to be stopping the ship from moving into asteroids, and then light power and control on the interior.
Although, I hate to say this, but maybe this ship is heading that way on purpose. Because whatever's in here needs to be destroyed.
You think someone set a course and then shut all the systems down?
It's what I would do.
Well, we should be able to find that out once we get to the control system.
With one simple stab in with a mercurial sword, that sounds more intelligent. Let's keep moving. Yeah, right.
So not a pathogen. Or at
As
least
soon as Atom finished that statement, a eerie cold just seems to fill the air, and
we would find on a
tingle just starts to pierce through your bodies, as if you're just suddenly gripped by a piercing cold. Lights
Through
in
the
the
armor,
are
through the exos,
flicker
everything.
briefly for a moment, and comms are filled with static. I need empathy rolls from everybody, please.
Straight empathy.
Yep, this is an opposed empathy roll.
Oh, jeez. I mean, I've got an empathy of 1. What was my chance?
I don't think a one's going to help here.
All right. All right, what did we have for folks? All right. Adam, with your 2 6s, you feel this cold as if it's coming from the dark beyond. But you manage to keep it together, passing with 2 6s. Everyone else, if they are choosing to fail their roll,
yeah, I chose to.
Yeah, chose.
I chose to. You know, for the
Risky move, Cotton.
grin.
Let's see if it pays off.
you pray to the icons if you need more 6s. But it means that you will take 2 points of stress damage. While the one who's most susceptible to the dark passes.
I would think of it as building a tolerance.
Right?
Are the comms still static, or could I
Just briefly that you finish shivering, everything is back to normal. Comms are quiet, no static. Lights are stable and dark. throughout.
Can I make a command roll to try and keep us all fucked up and on plan? And
Yes, Captain, we could use an oorah.
Give that command roll, and what's the command?
I'm going to give a quick
Morale.
morale speech. Little steel in the spine. It's nothing. It's the cold of space. We're here. We're going to deal with it. We're going to get home. If we have to sacrifice Adam again, so be it. Some reason I like ones. One.
All right.
We feel mildly better.
Does that affect 1 point of our 1 mind point? One.
I believe command. If you was to give a command, and that roll would be if anything that they were doing that's in relation to that command, they get an additional. They get 1 additional die per 6.
Okay, so would this go for, since it's basically we're going to get in there and do the job, we're not going to let it shake us, that it goes
You
to
would
kind of
roll-
our next action?
Does it? I thought it brings back or recover a mind point. I could be mistaken.
Can that recover?
Oh no, we've had to. Please?
Let me pull up the big book.
I'm good.
Cost and everything.
It's a big book.
A big bug. All right. Let's see.
yeah. It's the big book.
I'm gonna start a casual poll. Do people think it's a pathogen, a person, a creature, a brain bug? Put your
I'm
bets
thinking
in there.
back.
And can also be used to help others recover mind points. Read more, chapter 5.
I'm going to say if it's something ethereal, something. I don't want to say
The
spirit.
captain says angels.
I never took you for one to really take the icon seriously, Captain. I'm glad you are.
But I'm not. If it was something, a creature or something else, I don't necessarily see. I don't see evidence of it, both in around us and how the engineer died. So it appears he was killed by another person. Now, whether it's somebody who boarded or somebody who's not in their own, not in control of their own actions.
Maybe while we're having this moment, let's read the log, shall we?
See what I'm looking
Starts
at.
off perfectly fine. You want to read it, Zara? Read the pertinent bits.
So let's see. Let's start over here where something strange happened today. Kolb came back from a cargo inspection with a strange look on his face. He tried to wave it off, but we saw that something had him shaking in his boots. I asked him if he had found something odd, but all he said was the captain has it under control, and that was it. Next entry. Woke up to screaming alarms. Atala was already in the service central, looking anxiously at the cargo monitors. He muttered something about how the captain shouldn't be playing with things he can't handle. Last one of any substance. I don't know what is going on anymore. Atala has locked himself in the machine halls. The captain is unrecognizable. I heard Kolb over the comm saying that Karen and Reyna are dead. I feel the ship changing course. The emergency lighting just switched on. Something terrible has happened. We are lost. May the icons have mercy. I'm thinking whatever this is, it's affecting the crew. It affected the crew when they turned on each other.
And they're going where they want to go. Yes, so great game master.
Yes. With that 1/6, one person can recover a mind point.
One person.
Yeah, I couldn't find exactly. But actually, no. We had everyone roll me a d6 real quick. Everyone that failed.
Oh, everyone that failed.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's Okay, so everyone that's in the top half of the die get a mind point back.
Awesome.
I don't. I still feel
That's
iffy.
GM's call.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So after experiencing that weird, crazy chill and having the moment to recollect yourselves and explore over that log, what is your next course of action for?
Move our way to the central engineering and the control station, control room, whatever it is.
So the machine house that was mentioned,
Sure.
which is right next to where you're at.
Yeah, carefully. I've got my carbine up. We're scanning because something's not right.
I've got my pistol up. I don't want to get close enough to anything to have to bring out the sword.
Same.
As you approach the security door for the machine halls, you find the security door is locked and secured shut.
Can we see? Is there a
This is the
window
same
or
as-
anything so we can see through it?
This is the same as Service Central, right?
So, where's the
Because we have Atala was already in the Service Central
Yep.
looking anxiously.
Service
at the
Central?
camera.
Yep. So if you're looking at the map right there, you see Service Central is the forward part of that back, and then the machine halls is basically right parallel to the three engines at the rear. So it's basically just right down the hallway.
Okay.
Adam, you think you can bypass the door?
Is there any terminal in there that I could possibly data gin through?
Fools run, we steer for death.
Am I mad or did other people hear that?
I definitely heard something that I did not like.
Yeah.
Real
we
glad you
heard
said that first.
What did it say? What did
Fools
you hear?
run, we aim for death.
Okay.
We
We all
steer-
heard
Believe
that.
me, I am your friend. There is Jenny on board and no way to stop it.
Is that a different
Who is
voice?
that?
It
Was that
appears to
a,
be the same voice.
Is it through comms?
Yep.
It was through the comms.
Ship's comms where you're at right now.
Does it sound like it doesn't sound like person on a comms though? It kind of just sounds like the ship is talking to us.
Did that just say there's Ginny on board?
that's what they
That's
said.
what I heard.
Darkness is loose on board. Leave us and live out your days in peace.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking we just leave this thing.
How is our
Turn around. This ship is doomed and at the mercy of the icons.
how's our employer reacting?
He is disturbed by the voice, as much as you would expect. It's hard to tell for sure. He is also wearing one of the spare exos on board the ship as well, but he seems to be withholding
Still,
about as well as the next person.
Did he bring a weapon or a satchel or a book?
oh, we had to see if the
It doesn't appear that he's got much carrying as far as in the terms of he doesn't have a weapon. He did not bring one on board your ship, so he does not have one to his name. So appears that he's just there as company guide and escort, so to speak.
And he's reacting the same way we are, basically.
Pretty much, yes. As far as you can tell through the EXO.
Right.
but he also hasn't said anything. So,
Well,
I
unless
attach into the
they're-
comms and say our ship's identification code. Say, identify yourself immediately. Go real serious.
There's still no power to where you're at just yet.
I want to use my long range comms. It should be at least the width of the ship that's able to send it out.
Nothing appears to go through.
Well, unless we're going to turn around right now and leave, I suggest we keep making our way to the control center. And let's figure out if this is the crew or somebody who boarded or something that we may want to consider just leaving.
Anything
I don't know if I
sealed here
want
was
this to be a prank or not.
Pranks don't usually come
a
with dead bodies.
datagen test will be able to open up to make an attempt to open up the door. It is going to be a hard datagen test, which means it is -2 to your dice.
-2 dice. Right. So only 5 then. I know pranks. I was born and raised on pranks. Pranks do not come from the darkness between the stars. 3!
Wow.
Hey.
All right. You punch in the super secret code, which all gamers know by heart.
Up, down, left,
down,
right,
down.
left, right. BA, select, stop. In the name of Konami.
And with that, you have now gained access to the machine halls.
Oh, one
Right,
other
the
thing.
dancer.
I'll either start it now. I will hopefully have started before we left. I've got on the arm of my suit, or as a HUD, I've got a 3-hour countdown clock going.
Okay.
Or 2 hour and
Yeah, 2 hour
45
and
minutes.
however long is left.
Here you now encounter the machine halls. Faint emergency lighting outlines 3 gigantic graviton machines towering in the dark, surrounded by a jumble of ramps and ladders. Pulsating machines, the intense heat, and labyrinth network of girders and walkways give the halls a nightmarish atmosphere. 3 machine halls each harbor one huge Burhal Leviata 4, an older graviton projection model. All right. So here is where you are going to encounter Chief Engineer Atala.
Please be dead. Please be dead.
Not dead.
Atala
Please
had
don't be
sealed
possessed.
off.
Please don't be possessed.
Let's see. Yep.
He was in the service central looking anxiously at cargo monitors.
Yeah.
Yep.
Atala had locked himself in the machine halls.
Yep. Tall and lanky with his polished scalp, Atala is there clutching his medallion in his hand, and is like, what are you doing here? Why are you here? I told you to go.
That was you?
Yes, that was me.
Well, this man, he hired us to rescue you. So
why don't we start with what's actually happened?
There's something bad happened aboard the ship. It's not good. The ship must be destroyed.
Maybe
say-
a little bit more
It cannot
specific.
be let to escape. It
Where's
cannot
the rest
get
of the
back to
crew?
Coriolis.
Okay.
Wait, what's
Does he
it?
seem broken by stress?
It says a blank stare, hunchback, and just speaking in a low, solemn voice. So nothing. Let's give it. It seems that he's given up the situation and realizes there's only one way to do this.
I'll tell you what. We won't go to Coriolis. But how about we slow down the ship and not crash it into asteroids until we see if maybe there's something we can do to help? Like, where's the rest of the crew?
The crew is all different places. Those that are still alive.
Well, instead of killing everyone, why don't we slow down the ship? We won't go anywhere, but let's slow down the ship and give us a little time to see if we can fix this.
I've got the ship locked on a collision course straight for the Ion of Anubar. I have disconnected all control and power to the bridge from here.
Okay, but we're not on the bridge, so can we slow down the ship?
We can't do that. I cannot let this happen.
Are you willing to get on board our ship while we rescue the remaining crew here?
What are you going to do about the madness on the ship?
What madness? You haven't exactly been specific with us.
Your logs say that you locked yourself in here. This was to protect you from your other crewmates, wasn't it?
It's the Jinn.
It's the Jinn. You've got to start being more specific, my
Where
dude.
did the Jinn come from? Was it on
Possession
board?
of a djinn comes from the darkness between the stars.
Right. Was it something that was brought on board, or was it something just in space?
The captain should have left well enough alone with the ice.
So the Jinn was in the ice.
No, he's picked up more than the ice. There's something more in the cargo hold. Something that he wasn't supposed to get in the first place.
Which
Wasn't
would
different.
explain why it took them longer to load up than expected.
All right.
Who wanted to move a Jinn? I turn and look at our employer.
And his reaction?
Deadpan stare right back at you at the moment.
Keep an eye on him. Can we just slow down the ship? We'll figure out what's wrong. If we need to destroy it, we will. But let's give us some time. Let's just can we pull back on the engines and slow down?
I can, if you promise me that you will do what must be done, if it needs to be, I can turn the power back onto the bridge for you.
Our current velocity should be more than enough. If you cut thrusters and give us access to the reactor, we can do what must be done.
But we will need the time. So if you can just slow us down, we will figure out what's wrong and do what needs to be done.
Are the graviton projectors operational at the moment?
Yes, because we're
moving forward, right?
We're under power.
Can we cut power to the projectors?
That where was that?
I'm hopefully trying to get him out of character, trying to get him to do it because I don't know what he's done to the sabotage them or something else. If we can get him to cut power, slow us down, whatever, it's better than us fiddling with it. And God forbid he's sabotaged it worse.
I'm more than capable of navigating this system, Captain. But if we let him get back on a keyboard of any kind, I worry that now that he knows that there's been intervention, there will be more measures that he can take without me looking.
Well, it'll be your job to watch him and make sure he doesn't. Because the one thing we have to try and take a risk for is to get more time. Yeah. Unless we're going to just leave right now and leave the ship and what's left of its crew to its fate. And I'm not quite ready to do that yet.
All right.
I would like to take him to the terminal from which he could access this, wrap him by the waist in my energy whip and say, we are friendly and we are here to help you. If you make moves that will not help yourself, I can do what must be done in order to incapacitate you in that way. And this, I believe you'll see as a favor.
You can also attempt to data gen and splice and hack through these controls yourself.
I prefer to manipulate, if I could, use a manipulation check in order to get him to do it with possibly any pluses because I have the safeguard of stunning him with the energy whip if he begins to further sabotage and make it impossible for us to gain access. If I could look over his shoulder, see what he's hitting button-wise, then I can know if he's working with Linux, iOS,
And if we can assist, continually talk to him and explain that we're here to help and we just need some more time, we'll do it.
Give me a manipulation.
Right. I'm rolling 5 on that. That's untrained for me. 4. 2 successes.
It's like, okay, he shows you the control panel. This is the control panel here, but I have destroyed any. I've destroyed the interface that interfaces with the engines here. We can restore the power to the ship and the bridge, but any actions or stuff like that you wish to do for slowing and maneuvering the ship would have to be done up there.
If you could transfer your credentials to me once we get to the bridge, I'd be more than happy to. But I'll need that first. You've already gotten this out of your own hands, and any further fuckery we could make would be not applicable to what it might not even help. If we're all still going to die anyway, what's it matter, friend?
So we
I
can
lean over to add them and whisper, "We're getting another raise, right?"
Yes, you can have another 10% of my wages. Jesus.
In the
Not
meantime,
add them.
we can restart the controls. We can repower the controls on the bridge from here, but we have to use the bridge controls to actually control the engines.
Yes, he did. He had hacked everything, shut down the power to the bridge, and then destroyed controls down at his end there. Because if there's no power in the bridge,
okay, will he come with us to the bridge?
He absolutely refuses.
I heard a lot of la la la. I have to go down a long hallway and pilot this thing.
You're not going on your own. I pull Adam to the side where actually I'm on comm, so he can't hear anyway. We need to have him re-energize the bridge and then incapacitate him so that as we make our way to the bridge, he doesn't do something else, because either that or we're dragging him with us. So
Very well.
Knock him out, tie him up, and let's get our what's to the bridge. What?
Yeah, I'll wait for him to finish reconfiguring the power signals, and then when just as I'm about to thank you very much, friend, I'll shock him, I'll stun him with the energy whip that's already in contact with him.
Roll melee.
Night. We hope.
4, 5.
Since it's already in physical contact with him, we'll do this as a melee.
1 success.
All right, he crumples to a heap.
An alive heap?
Yeah, so only stunned. This caused, I believe, 1 point of stress on him. Does he seem broken at that point by stress?
He seems a sack of potatoes.
All right.
Secure him and let's get moving.
Use my hyper rope.
You have rope?
Yeah, I do have hyper rope. Everyone should have. If you leave the ship without your 50 feet of hyper rope, that's on you. I'm sorry.
Good point.
I brought extra.
For extra hyper, always thinking, Captain. That was the one bit of levity. But yeah, and then I have can make a force check to kind of pull him over on my shoulder.
To do what?
So I want to. Is fireman's carry? Is that the correct term?
Yeah,
it is. But where are you picking him up, Adam?
I thought we were going to leave him there.
Yeah.
Just
as long as
tie him
he's
to something.
incapacitated, let's not haul dead weight around.
That's a better idea. Yeah, my back's been hurting anyway, so he's
tie him up so if he comes to, he can't do any more damage, and let's head for the bow.
Leave a snack. some water for him?
We're not going to be that long, or if we are, it's not going to make a difference.
That's a cheery
What if he
thought.
howls?
I mean, it's going to be no longer than 3 hours.
Could pretty much
Yeah,
guarantee
no longer
that.
than 3
He
hours.
doesn't need a
2 hours and
snack or
35
water. Let's
minutes.
go.
We're
All right.
on the clock, Adam.
Yeah, if I have those credentials on my tabula, then let's make like what I've learned as a tree and go.
Let's go.
All right, so you are now leaving the machine halls and
Can you bring
heading
up the
forward.
can you bring up the ship's layout again, please?
Were these graviton projectors active, and that's what was providing in-ship gravity?
Those are the engines. Okay, so we have to make our way all the way down that hall.
Yeah, what's in the workshop in the middle?
The workshop in the middle and all the way to the bridge. So there's nothing between the service central and the workshop at the moment. That's just a hallway, correct?
Those are
Oh, I want his medallion.
Yeah,
What icon is his medallion for? His talisman.
Take a man's talisman?
If he's thrown himself to the mercy of the icons, perhaps I am the salvation that the icons have brought him.
That is certainly
You've been
Our
called
logic.
you've been called many things, Adam. That I don't think has been one of them, but that's fine.
don't think we should be stealing. Let's not
Yeah.
compound things.
I fully steal the little
Ugh.
talisman that he took, and just have it wrapped around like prayer beads.
Mhm.
If I can tell what icon it's toward as we walk, I do want to make a prayer to that.
So as we exit the machine halls back into Service Central, between Service Central and the cargo beams, is there another hatch, or can we see all the way down to the workshop?
so the cargo beams are, as you would have seen when you did your loop around the ship approaching in, and your view from firsthand in person is just a skeleton of steel beams open to space, connect the stern and the bow of the ship. This is where the Orin 2's frozen payload is attached to the ship. A maintenance corridor runs through the spine of the ship, but any closer examination of like the cargo and stuff is done through the use of exos. So there is a maintenance corridor that runs
So we want to take
Yeah, we want the maintenance corridor done. Yeah.
So any particular order that you guys are?
How big's the corridor?
Say maybe 2 or 3 people wide. Not super narrow, but wide enough that between that and the skeleton structure, it provides strength to the ship.
Okay. Well, I'll take point. Somebody should be next to me over my shoulder, able to help cover me.
And these are several hundred meters long.
I've got you,
Right.
Captain.
Okay.
I'll watch the rear.
Okay. And I assume our employer will stay in between us with
In the middle, being
Adam.
completely unhelpful. Mhm.
All right, we'll start making our way down the service corridor.
Alrighty. All right. As you're going down, you encounter no real issues at this time. Let's see. And eventually, you make it to the workshop in the middle. And where's the workshop?
I don't know, but I saw aliens. I got a good feeling about this.
Solar eclipse, alien.
Yeah.
I mean, I can
gonna
think of
be
it.
rogue.
Yeah.
Here is your workshop.
All right. So there's a bunch of stuff.
So we should carefully clear the workshop. For those of us who
Yeah.
are Legionnaires, we know how to do it.
I tell Adam to watch as them.
Ah, yes, there we go. Yep,
Buddy system, and I hold his hand.
Buddy system.
there we go. Inside the workshop, you see junk, scattered tools, loose cabling, and stacks of crates all over the place. There's control boards running along the walls, and there's a window on either side with which you can see the ice that the ship is carrying along by. Let's see. The room in the middle of the ship serves as both a workshop and cargo central. There would normally be 3 people working here, but obviously there are a shortage of people able to actually work these days on this ship.
Hey, what you need is a necromancer.
Yeah.
All right. Do we pick direction to clear? I'll go right because death comes from the left.
Unless you're on the right and then it's coming from the other way and it's left is your
Yeah,
right.
is it my left, your
Yeah.
left, stage left?
We'll go on 3.
All right, we'll go
But
on
is
3.
Is that 1, 2, 3, go?
Go or
1, 2,
1,
we
2,
go on
go
3?
on.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
So you guys entering in?
Yeah, we're entering and trying to clear.
And do the 1 left, 1 right, 1 center, and slowly clear the room.
A cordon, if you will.
All right. As you go in, you are suddenly greeted by Kolbzer.
Oh, Cold. Wait, he's in the
Oh,
thing
he's
too.
alive. Is he alive? Is the question.
Cold came
Stevedore,
back from
Akbar,
the
and
cargo
ice specialist. Orange 2 cargo specialist, a man named Kolb. He's quite large and roly-poly, as you can see.
I don't lower my weapon.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
well,
hold on. Who are you? What are you doing here?
we're here to rescue the ship.
Rescue.
And
Reiterating the ship's code.
You're
hopefully
here to help?
hopefully the ship's crew. Are you? You are.
I'm Kolb. Kolbzer. I'm the stevedore here. I don't want to be here anymore. Will you help me? Will you help?
That's why we're here. What can you tell us? What's happened?
I don't know. This weird stuff happening, and then Atala shut everything off and sent us on a course into the Eye of Anubar, and I don't know what's going on. I've been trying to do stuff, but it's this something scary up forward.
Jen?
We're gonna try and rescue the ship and whatever crew we can. If we can't rescue the ship, we have our own ship, so we can get you off. We just need you to stay calm and tell us anything else you know. Are there any other crew that you know of that are alive?
Yeah, there should be some other crew about. This young little thing that's been rumored. I haven't seen her lately. As that's being said, you hear shuffle and scuttering in the grates up above you.
Well, now we're
And
pointing our weapons
With
that
that, we're
way.
going to hit up confessions.
Oh.
All right, we shall start with.
Yeah, I knew this thing was hinky forward to back. I just went off the ship. I went off the ship, but I'm going to do what the captain says. The captain thinks that we've got it under control, and who knows, maybe this Jen is a figment of somebody's imagination. It's something else and they've just given it that name, but this whole place feels wrong.
I'm almost beginning to wish that I had a little more faith in the icons if this really is Ginny. I mean, but how likely is that? something else has got to be going on here, and dead bodies and people locking themselves away and insisting on sending the ship hurtling into a collision course. I'm not so sure we made a great move in picking up this contract.
Oops.
The last card reading I made before we docked the ship, I pulled both the Dark Magician and the Dark Magician Girl reversed. There's nothing coincidental about that, because it was followed by La Jinn, the genie of the lamp. What can we possibly do against this if the darkness comes from within?
It's a good sign that not all the crew is dead. Hopefully we can gain control and finish this job. And if not, I just have to remember that I don't have to be the fastest one back to the ship. Just don't want to be the slowest.
And wiser words were not spoke yet before. Thank you everyone for coming by. This is Nat 21 Adventures with our episode 2 of Coriolis, the Dark Horizon, Third Horizon, the Dying Ship. Just want to remind everyone we have content normally regularly scheduled every day of the week, almost. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We start off Mondays with Modern Monday with Lady Prudence. Music and prizes. Guess her drink. You might win a prize for that. And then following up on Tuesdays, we have Coriolis, this show right here you're watching in the evenings. Also in the mornings, there is Sonnets with Shakespeare, Tuesday mornings. Help our classic bard create a sonnet live with everyone else. On Wednesdays, we have, in the mornings, we have Crafting with a Crew with Cubby and Shoshi. So tune in while they do crafting and talk about some of the most random things sometimes, and trivia. Trivia is always great. And then in the evenings, you have Gothic Horror Gaming with the Gloom Master and Handler Z. Spooky good times had by all. Many of your channel favorites are there. We even have a couple of GHG regulars here tonight. Let's see if she can actually shoot anything. And this is, of course, brought to you by Ren Adventures D&D. Travel countryside, overseas by day, game in the castles by night. This year's Ren Adventures tours Muncaster Castle in England, June 2nd through the 7th. And of course, as well, this could not be done without all of you. So let's raise a drink and toast to the grand Patreons, the regular Patreons, and for those of you playing in the game, the icons.
Pour one up for Wash.
Yes. And pour Wash. Alrighty. So, just a moment ago, you was hearing a scuttling in the vent work above you, and all of a sudden, out pops Ada Leon, young little deckhand. She is only about 19 years old, dressed in the official Mellum Gassetter dark blue work overalls, pocket overflowing with tools and stuff. And she's like, "Oh, great! I found you guys. You guys are here."
You
Hannah
were looking
muted.
for us?
I'm going to repeat our ship's code again and say, identify yourself immediately.
I am Ada Leon. I am the deckhand here.
Oh, all right. Good day. Quite serious.
Yep.
Z,
Yep,
you're muted.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yep. It's like, oh yes, yes. We need to get off the ship.
We're working on it. We kind of know what happened. What do you know? What happened that you saw?
Oh yes, well, I know that Atala has cut all the power to the ship from the machine halls. So that needs to be done, taken care of if we're going to try to maneuver or do anything to get out of here.
We've already done that. We've got power back to the bridge. We're heading there now. But
Oh, great.
do you know
Yeah,
anything
and then, well, yeah, obviously, Kolb's got himself barricaded here. Uh, but I haven't seen any of the other things yet. I haven't seen them lately.
The other things? What things?
I there's a couple of creature things. They're roaming about the ship in different spots.
Can you
I
describe them?
was going to try to signal you guys when I saw you approaching in your ship before you docked, but I heard one coming in the hallway, and so I had to run and hide.
Are either of these two crew members armed or carrying anything?
Yeah. So Ada has a big power spanner in her hands, as well as some tools. She keeps twirling the top power spanner around her fingers, kind of like someone, would be twirling like a pencil or stuff like that, Kolb has, what does he get? He's got some stuff here. He's got a pulse drill, sticking out of one of his pockets. Just general,
So basically,
tools that make great weapons, great improvised weapons as well.
Great improvised weapons, but they're not carrying that we can see blades or firearms or anything else.
No. Let's see. No. Kolb is wearing his exoshell. Got his pulster. Yep. Ada is.
Well, I look at it to him. I go, for safety's sake, why don't you come with us? We can all go together to the bridge. Once we regain control of the ship, then we can see about either dealing with these creatures, or if we need to, we can take you back to our ship and get you safely home.
Oh, you know what? Yes, I like this. Yes, yeah. The safety numbers. We work together. We get out of here. Yes. Yeah.
Hope so.
We can do that.
Where did these things come from? We saw some journal entries. One of the engineers had, let's say, left behind, and it sounded like the captain was keeping something in the cargo. What was it?
Oh, there was something in the ice.
Can you describe it?
I don't know. I wasn't there. He started acting. He went out, got stuff out of the ice. I think it's up in the observatory.
Where's that?
So the captain didn't bring it on board. The captain found it in the ice
and brought it on board. I think he was told not to be messing with the stuff he ought not to be.
Do you know where the captain is now?
Last I knew, I think the captain was in the bridge.
Let's find out.
Is there any terminals that my previously attained credentials could get into? I do want to get the cargo monitors or any kind of surveillance and shut it off.
Give me a tech roll.
2 plus my wits, which is 4, so 6. Only one success.
All right, and you push some buttons and you don't see anything anymore.
Oh, good.
For all intents and
That
purposes,
means
it
wherever
looks like you did exactly what you wanted it to do.
but we know where we want to go. You two will be with us and leading us, right?
Yeah, you say where you want to go, and we can. I can guide you. Says young Ada.
Right.
Let's get to the
So that way
bridge.
they won't know when we are about to get there.
In theory.
How, Ada? How have you been traveling through the ship?
Oh, I'm small. I can travel through the ductwork.
Are we too big to go in the ducts?
You're wearing exoshells.
Okay, well, I don't have to be.
Big time.
She's fine because they only come out at night.
Mostly.
The publisher of this game actually does make that game as well.
I know. That's what I'm afraid of. Crossover.
You know what? I still got more stuff to plan for next week.
Oh,
Alien Ninjas.
thinking a tea party.
All right,
So as
but
long as
either way, we must get going because the ship is still sailing right into the meteor asteroid.
So why don't you lead on and take us to the bridge?
All right. So we go ahead and all right. All right. We go ahead and they're going to be continuing forward to the bridge.
were there within the workshop, was there extra cells we could pick up? Possibly a spare cutting torch, just things like that. I like a spanner, but that seems like something you only got one of on a ship. If it's
You don't see anything of. Let's see. Where is the workshop there? What is There is. Let's see. One pulse drill that is laying about extra there, and there's 2 loader exos in the workshop.
loader exo.
A further search around, you do seem to find a portable torch as well.
All right, if I could carabine that to my utility belt.
All right,
as we're going. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. That's all I'm saying. If there's no shark repellent, then we're gonna have to improvise sometimes.
Are we expecting sharks?
Always expect
You
sharks.
never don't expect space sharks.
That's fair.
Captain, that's why
Always,
he's the captain.
always. It's space rule number 1. Always expect space sharks.
And as you will learn, Z with Senor Paulo, there's Jawsus.
I know there's I've encountered. Well, I've
yes,
encountered,
the 10th icon.
Yes, I've encountered the people of Jawsus.
Yes, so you know,
You never know when sharks are
hey,
just gonna.
sometimes you just need to make new friends so that way they can be your chum.
Nil purse, chummers.
No
Love
comment.
that.
Only
Love that.
cyberpunk up in here. No.
We're gonna need a bigger ship.
All right, you're moving along up, and we're gonna get rid of that. And you're about halfway through. The menu's carded air, and there are small windows scattered about that where you can peek out and see the ice pass as you walk past.
Yep. Still in space.
When you hear a mechanical clank as latches and mechanisms from outside the ship appear to have been activated, and a block of ice now appears to be heading loose right towards the corridor that you're trying to pass through.
How far have we left? Have we gone from the workshop?
You're about halfway.
All right, so there's no time to get back and grab one of those Loda Exos. That would have been
Run.
that's something.
Run. Yeah.
Run.
Run.
I'm gonna need the appropriate dexterity check from everybody with any applicable modifiers for the minus dexterity, unless you are an exo specialist. At that point, you are straight dexterity.
All right, so what are we rolling here? Help me out, because I've got
Agility minus 2 dice.
agility -2. Shit.
Dex.
Oh,
Well, I'm not in an exosuit, so
It's a
Sorry.
Is this
dexterity.
corridor?
it's a dex. Sorry.
So dexterity plus agility -2 if for those that are wearing exos and not an exo specialist.
Gotcha.
Is this corridor gravitationally controlled, or are we in 0G out here?
You still currently have working gravity in the ship at the moment.
More's the pity.
I don't. I did not make it,
Oh no.
and with my measly 2 dice, it may be my time to pray to the
your agility and dexterity combined is 4.
2. Like a 2. I because I'm an exo specialist, I don't get the -2 for it.
Oh.
My agility is 2,
And you have no.
and I am untrained in dexterity.
Okay.
He's dumpstatting.
Oh man.
But I'm holding
dance lessons.
I'm holding Mr. Kamburi's hand. Because can he help me at all? I did say buddy system. I'm holding his hand.
No, actually,
It is
Mr.
your
Kambori
exit
could
buddy.
make his own. Where is my sheet for Kambori? Kambori is.
Always do the buddy system.
Let's do the buddy system.
All right. Ooh.
Oh, God.
Kamburi did not pass a dexterity. Or, well, an agility check because he doesn't have. Actually, well, he's only at 1, so that was a hard fail. Let's see. And then 3, 4. All 3 of your extra companions seem to just barely manage to leap forward enough.
I feel like we all just
Further than Adam. So, Adam, are you praying to the icons?
Yeah. I'll give you the DP. Yeah,
What's
to
our number
re-roll
again?
my two agility dice.
It's gone.
Oh, I've got dice right here.
Great.
So I guess
My
I'm
number's
gonna
been
re-roll
going
this.
down and then back up again. So, any dice that's not a 6, roll it again.
Got 1 6.
You slip and stumble on your first attempt, but yet you remember that you're an exo specialist and you got your feet back under you, and you managed to leap forward just enough for where
Confidence issue.
ice made its direct contact against the corridor. You see the corridor buckle in a bit as the ice impacts, but it just seemed to break and on the corridor and scatter about. Although there is now a small leak, a small rupture in the corridor as the atmosphere is starting to vent.
Captain, we're venting.
How small?
See
May
about
I
the size of
make
this, you know.
May I make a? Would it be a technology check for me to use my vacuum sealer? Ada, I want to look at Ada. Ada looks like she would know what to do. Or she
Yes, you can
panicked.
most certainly make use of that vacuum sealer, which again, I was super excited when I saw that you took that. I'm like, oh, good. I'm going to make him use that.
It also preserves food for sous videing.
Hey,
So this time when we need to get his body back to the ship, we don't need to use duct tape.
Mag boots on mag boots.
Watch what I can do.
Grab an exoloader.
Where would we put it?
Duct tape.
All right. Sealer looks like a big injector. It's used to seal up small holes in exos or holes. So, let's. What do I want to have you do for that? That's some sheet. We will
Smile kindly
Pick it
at
for
the
me.
hole and ask it to close. What am I doing?
tech.
A tech check. All right. That is
Yep.
2 plus my wits of 4. That is only
And
one
your
success.
advanced tools.
Oh, I get a +1 for using my advanced tools as well. Indeed. That's a second success.
All right, you stuck that bad boy in the hole, and poof, you managed to seal up the breach as everything starts to come back to normal inside the corridor again.
And I'll leave a little welder's signature of a blank space in honor of the faceless one.
Okay.
The most dismissive one yet. So good. I don't know why that got me.
Bridge.
Captain.
Bridge.
Ridge. I'll play North. Gonna be my nobody here. I don't play bridge either.
I get it. Right, so that was nothing we can't handle, and I give Ada the Top Gun high five.
Put it with your exosuit, and she's not wearing one, so it's real awkward.
So I'll roll a melee attack. It's a high five.
Remember the last time we did that?
Yeah, getting my shoulder back into its socket was.
I turn my cutting touch off first. That's what I got to do. All right.
We continue towards the bridge.
Alrighty. As you get up to the end of the steel beams approaching the forward side, you find that the door has been welded shut from the side that you're at, as if to prevent anything from
outside.
coming forward to the rear.
I don't even ask anybody. I activate the portable cutting torch that I picked up in the warehouse and say, "Well, let's get to work." And I just because that's probably that's a full slow action, probably, right?
Yeah.
I tell everyone seek cover.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to seek cover using the beams and everything that are there in the corridor. I'm going to take cover and support my weapon pointed at the door and go on Overwatch.
If I can, is a portable torch, cutting torch, the kind of thing that I could use with one hand on an exosuit?
As an exo specialist, yeah.
Right then, I'd like to take my Vulcan pistol and re-engage it for tactical assault use rather than metacurgy. And I would like to have that like a G-man in an elevator, ready for if it opens. I'm not going to be the one surprised.
Alrighty. And you go to work on the door. Let's see here. It takes you about 25 minutes to
Working 9 to 17.
to break through,
hard to make a living.
and eventually you are able to cut back open that weld and get that door to force open.
I feel like every 5 minutes, I'm like looking over at the captain. I'm like, what's the time saying now? What's the time saying now?
5 minutes later than it said before.
It's taking so long.
Yeah, so at this point, you're probably starting to approach, by the time he's got the door open, starting to approach an hour on board already now.
Okay.
Now, is this? Am I
So
cutting the
it took
door?
Adam 25 minutes just to
Don't
breach
stress.
that door there.
What's Ada
As well as
doing?
the time you spent in the rear and in the middle talking with everyone, so...
Well,
Pep
do you have,
talk?
hold on. Do you have 2 cutters, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have 2 cutters, but if Ada has one, then we have 2 cutters. I mean, I understand you're traumatized, but
I
if you're
didn't hear
19,
it listed among her assets.
No.
It's right under.
Yeah.
It's right. It's between Holocaust cloak and wheelbarrow.
Oh, why
as in a
wasn't
cloak that
listed?
never stops returning fire.
Wait, hold on.
All right, so Adam's got the doors opened, and you're now able to progress forward.
Yay.
You're now entering into the main portion of the nose of the ship. You can see the 2 airlocks off to either side, which now that there has been power restored to the forward end of the ship, it appears that the indicator lights are now blinking and active on those airlocks to be in operation again.
Ooh,
Great.
we can always
So
jump
is the bridge above us or below us?
The bridge is...
It's a completely separate ship. It just runs alongside.
It's the sidecar.
Sidecar. I know how to read a blueprint.
This might be the first zany game of Coriolis ever.
Sidecar in that.
Uh,
The bridge is probably just up above the.
Looks
Okay.
like it's above. Yeah.
yeah.
So it's the cruise quarters, the observation deck, the bridge on top.
Right.
Mhm.
And the observatory is where we last heard that the Jinn
Yeah.
or whatever has set up. Okay.
But we also need to get to the bridge quick enough to slow the
Yep.
ship down.
Eep, eep. I want to know my proximity to the bad. It's right there.
All right. So where are you going through next? You've got ahead of
Weapons
you,
up.
got the cruise quarters, the bridge, observatory, and all that.
We're gonna is there another hatch between the cruise quarters and the observatory?
No.
And if so, is it closed?
Seal that puppy up. Do Jinn care about doors?
Do bodies inhabited by Jinn care about doors? Yes. I'm assuming Jinn are ethereal, but I assume they can't do much unless they're controlling someone.
Yeah, this is the regular hatches. Segregate off the compartments in case of a decompression. So.
And how do we get to the bridge from here? Is there a ladder, an elevator?
It'd be a stairway, ladderway.
I suggest we get to the bridge first and regain control, and then we can deal with.
Yeah. With
Mhm.
So,
our
my
little
favorite-
problem.
my favorite thing to do: taking stairs tactically. We'll slowly work our way up the stairs, weapons up, and make our way to the bridge.
Yep.
Alrighty. All right. You approach the bridge, and as you enter, you see huge panoramic windows providing a view of the vast darkness outside and obviously the glow of the Eye of Anubar ahead of you. There are 3 seats in there behind a U-shaped master control panel in the center of the room.
Okay.
There are dark figures occupying 2 of the 3 chairs.
Dark figure.
Yep.
I assume the bridge is dark, or is it lit now?
It is. It right now is still initially dark,
Okay,
but
so
you see that the panels are lit up and flashing and beep flashing.
Someone hit
dark
the light
figures because we're in the dark, not
Yes.
it's lit and they're black. Okay,
Correct.
okay,
Yeah, correct.
yeah.
Are they seated next to each other, or is like the center seat empty?
So, if we're thinking of say Enterprise cockpit, captain and number 1 chairs are occupied.
Okay.
All right.
Deanna's chair is empty.
I'll check her cabin. I'm gonna make my way slowly around the right side against the bulkhead with my weapon trained on the 2 of them. Weapon light on so that I can. Are they alive? Not alive? Moving? Looking at us? Little jaws coming out from big jaws. You know.
So as you get around, unmoving, and as you work your way around and starting to be able to see the front, it appears that the figure sitting to the side is a lifeless body. Just slumped there in his chair. But the other one, you see the figure of a man sitting there that you assume is the captain. Captain Ardul Ratjan. However, he is just sitting there, staring blankly off through the viewport, not saying nothing, not moving, not doing anything, seemingly unaffected by anything that is happening.
If I put my light in his face, is there any reaction, even like from his eyes or anything? Does he blink? Does he anything?
You see the pupils change.
The dead man, any indication on the cause of death?
Nothing that you can tell at this time, but based on the intel that you had been given previously by Ms. Tamburi, it is the body of the first officer, Reina Zarkavan.
Okay. So Kolb already knew that Raina was dead. So Kieran and Raina are dead, is what it says. But that was from Kolb.
Right, from the table. All right, I'm going to keep my weapon on the captain. Adam, see if you can get the controls working and slow this ship down. And I'm basically on Overwatch on the captain, just waiting to see if he reacts.
I'll aid Adam in working control panels and any.
This will be a data gen check, which means it is Adam solo.
All Adam, all the time.
Yep.
And Adam is muted, as Adam should be.
Right.
I
trying to work on that.
Right. Oh, you forgot.
Yeah, I unmuted him. Sorry.
I was muted because I started telling the story of the princess and the mystic.
And
that is why I think that we may have to exercise someone, and I don't know how to do that. And I start plugging. 2 fell out of my tray. That's 1 success. That's 2 successes.
Okay, I'm glad I unmuted him in time to hear the important stuff. Alrighty then, with that successful data gen test, you have managed to properly reactivate the board and the bridge. to regain all controls of the ship.
All right.
Right now, just stop us.
Yeah, kill thrusters.
Kill
Reverse thrusters.
Stop our forward. Don't use the word kill. Stop our forward momentum.
I killed it. Reverse thrusters slowing down.
Disengage the other two, the front two airlocks again.
Yeah, lock down the ship, so no one else gets in or off without us. Lock down the ship, and slow us down to a stop.
You lock down the ship, Adam. I'll work on the piloting bit.
Yeah, if you could to take those controls, I would be grateful.
Can do.
Does the captain seem injured, or is he simply broken from stress?
He's just sitting there, seemingly checked out for some unknown reason.
Great, a catatonic captain.
Zara, could you restrain him?
I say over the comms, Edzam, would you care to explain this, or do you know the captain?
Can we restrain the man in the chair?
He's been with the company for 22 years. It's quite. I don't know what is going on with the captain. And this just doesn't make sense.
Zara,
Restraining him.
Yes, please.
Yep, on it, Captain. Go ahead and make sure that he is not going to move anywhere.
Have I gotten the ship started to slow down?
You've managed to turn off the engines, but for whatever reason, it seems that you just can't get any reverse thrust to happen to slow down. But at any rate,
I've got nothing with reverse thrusters.
Yeah,
it's likely due to the sabotage that Aaron had done earlier.
Yeah.
What about
But at any rate, you're no longer under full thrust, and it's just
yeah, we slow down.
Can I data Jin to calculate our new timeline?
Any thruster control to turn?
I'd have to turn them back on.
Possibly try to steer some courses, plot a course in.
I'll do just a test of just a slight change to see if I can, but nothing big.
If you
I'll re-engage all surveillance monitors.
If you can
get
it turned away from the asteroids.
Boop, boop. Just piloting check, I assume.
Give me a tech, then a pilot.
A tech, then a pilot. Okay. Tech is 2. Pilot. Pilot is 2.
All right. It appears that it will accept course corrections.
It's super sluggish. It's fighting me, but I can turn her.
Let's at least turn us away from the asteroids. Give us some more time.
Yes, Captain. I'll go ahead and swing her.
All right. You plot in some stuff, and it slowly starts to come about and change its course. Give it enough time, it'll obviously be facing another direction, and you would see that easily within less than a 2-hour window, you'd be facing away from the Eye of Anubar, which is about the time you have remaining.
Right.
We're going to be cutting it real close.
Reactivate all surveillance monitors in the cargo hold, as well as anywhere else that I had previously disengaged. Now that we're in control of the bridge,
The observation deck.
now that we're in control of the observation deck.
Yep. All right. Give me a tech roll to turn that stuff back on because you pushed some funky buttons earlier, Adam.
Funkiest buttons I've ever pushed in my life.
He's always pushing the funky buttons.
Only one success.
Only one success. You tap some stuff. It springs to life for a second, cuts out to garbled white noise. You smack it a couple of times. You pray to the heart of the circuit. And
the cartridge.
Yes, exactly. And it comes back up. Although you'd see something strange walking outside of the hallway, just outside of the bridge, as the door opens up and this enters into the bridge.
I'm sure it's fine.
I scream like a child. I scream like a baby.
Coffee, tea, me.
Yeah.
Turn to aim in that direction.
Okay.
Ada and Kolb scream, and it's one of the Jinbound Guard
I pilot with
as
one
it
hand.
draws its weapon and approaches you.
Oh god!
I'm going to shoot it.
I heard an open fire command.
Yep.
We need initiatives.
Yes, we do.
Because it is time for our first proper combat.
It looks like it's finally time to duel.
No, time to dance. My icon.
But then my comms act up and it says time to duel.
Is it straight agility? What are we rolling for?
Yeah, what are we rolling
You're
for?
rolling a d6.
Just
a
a single
D6.
D6.
Yep, initiative is a d6.
It's
Uh,
high to
Okay.
low, right?
I'm sorry?
It's high to low. High goes first.
Correct. And you do have a
Right.
talent that affects your initiative.
I can roll 2.
Yep, you can roll 2 and take the highest.
6. Which is better than the 1.
Malik has a 6. Let me roll for the Palace Guard. Palace Guard has a 5. Anyone else below 5?
2.
3.
2, 3, 2. All right, give me a quick second. So it's Malik. Palace Guard at 5. Let's see. We had a 3, right?
Yeah.
Hannah has a 3. And Zara is first 2, Adam is second 2.
Two
All right.
for the formal.
Now remember, if you have a weapon that has a initiative bonus on it, when you use that weapon in that particular round, that bumps your initiative up. So, example, if Zara had a weapon that gives her +2 to initiative, that then bumps her up above Hannah.
Fortunately, I've got no weapons with initiatives.
Alrighty. I believe there are some folks that do have weapons. that
Yeah,
do
I have one, but I'm not currently wielding it.
Yep. But yeah, you must use that weapon that round if you're going to use that initiative bonus.
Right.
All right. So that means Malik is first.
So I'm going to lay into him with my Legionnaire carbine.
Alrighty.
Oh, that's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Four
Glad we
sixes.
saved your rolls.
Well, I also get to roll 9 for that weapon, so that helps.
Let's see. That's the dial 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the +1 bonus. That does 3 points damage. It crits on 2, so you've critically hit.
And 2 extra. No, wait. 3 extra damage.
You had 4 6s, correct?
Yeah.
So 2 of them gets a crit, and then then you have 2 additional.
Okay.
Because 2 is consumed on the crit, and then
Right.
6 is 3, 6 3, 6 4 can be used for that additional
damage.
Yeah.
Or crit. Range bonus.
Are we close range?
Are we what?
Yeah,
I guess
that's
we're
a you're
not.
close
We're short range.
You're
I mean,
within.
or short
Yeah.
range.
All right, so 3. Let's do
94, 96.
so 5 damage and a crit. So I have to roll for the crit.
Alrighty. Okay, so D66 for the critical injury.
45.
45 is a crushed face.
Ow.
It is fatal. Time limit D6 hours till he dies. That's going to be 3 hours if left alone. And unconscious for D6 hours.
So he drops.
And unconscious.
Yep. Drops unconscious for 1 hour.
Nice.
And that did how much damage again?
5.
5.
Plus, I don't know if the crit does any additional damage. I don't have the crit table open, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Everybody do some math.
Critical injury. What's crit value?
That'll learn him.
I mean, I think he scrambled his brains pretty good, Captain. I don't know.
Somebody has any.
Yeah. Let's see. He has how many hit points? 14 hit points.
The Jin respects strength. Perhaps he could be on our side eventually. Never had a friend like him.
All right.
Not everybody wants to be a friend, Adam. Not everyone should be a friend.
Enemies are just friends you haven't made yet.
Enemies are just friends we haven't killed yet.
There, what the captain said.
All right. For severity, for every extra 6 spent to increase the severity of the critical injury, you get to re-roll the D66 crow once. You have to determine that before.
Is that an additional crit, or it just changes the crit?
The way the wording is makes it hard to follow sometimes for some other stuff.
A lot of times it's as if it were translated into English and like the interpretation is up to the modern archaeologist.
Well, Freedom League is it's actually a Swedish company, I believe.
Yeah, it's a Swedish company translated into space Egyptian that we're reading in English.
It's literally an IKEA RPG.
Give me another D66.
Scandinavian hieroglyphics.
I bust out my duo.
53.
Ooh. Okay. He also is inflicted with a bleeding gut.
So I Mozambiqued him. 2 in the center of mass.
Fatal, and that bleeding gut has a survival time limit of D6 minutes.
Minutes.
Minute.
The face gave him hours, but the gut gave him minutes.
Well, he had that like mask thing on. It might have like absorbed.
It absorbed some,
Remember,
yeah, it absorbed
Right.
that.
It kind of
You are what you eat.
diffused.
So he has dropped. His face has been crushed. His guts bleeding, and is now just a crumpled pile of ornate, fancy clothing on the floor.
Yay.
Oof.
Like his body has gone.
It's still there. He's bleeding out and dying rapidly. But-
He drops the way you would expect somebody to drop from those wounds, correct?
Mhm.
Double wounds. Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
not like a puppet with strings cut. He went
Yeah.
splat.
Okay.
A sack of full potatoes, not a sack of empty potatoes.
Okay.
Sweet.
I personally like Hannah's
I'm gonna
reenactment
keep
there.
the weapon on the door in case he has friends.
Adam looks at the camera, see that the hallway is as empty as it was moments before.
I go back
Like
to
I
piloting
said.
with both hands.
What do you guys wish to do now?
Captain, permission to restrain our enemy and apply metacurgy. Perhaps he has information that we could render.
Stay away from him, Adam. I don't know
Aye,
what that
Captain.
is, but that's not a member of the crew. And at this point, we already have our hands full.
The last time you made me watch something bleed out, I learned my lesson.
All right.
By the way, I need that video back when you get a chance.
When it's done rendering, sir. When it's done rendering. AI is having trouble processing it. It's very tragic.
All right, so
So-
we've been able to turn the ship around and slow it down, or it will.
So now it's time to space the baddie.
The captain's restrained. The thing that came in the bridge is dead. Can we see in the observation lounge?
You can certainly make your way towards the observatory if you wish.
Oh, can we see it on the
We
monitor?
can't see anything on the monitor.
No, that one seems to still be unoperational.
Of course it is.
Of course.
I'll ask Mr. Kambori. The page that we were studying so intently the entire way here did involve someone who was capable of removing influence of the darkness between the stars. We are all in this together. If you relate to anything on that page personally, I encourage you not to hold it back any further.
He looks at you.
Fairy tales may be real,
Yeah.
we said.
Yeah. He looks at you, he's like, if I recall something, I will most certainly, you'll be the first to know, my good friend.
I'll take that to heart. No one's called me that in a long time, that I wasn't paying.
Paying extra.
Speaking of being paid extra, I stare. It adds them even more.
All right, 30%. All right, Jeeves.
Not
And
I'm right next to him, and I can't tell.
he'll throw it. He'll throw in a full cooler full of ice too.
awesome.
Ooh, that's natural ice too. That's got to be at least 6%.
You've got a whole ship full of ice surrounding you.
Slightly more than
I
natural
don't
light.
want this shit. please.
Yes, but this is crushed.
It's even better. It's those like little pellets. Like it's the good stuff.
No, I don't want that ice. I want the good stuff.
The good
The kind that I serve in the medical bay.
Yes. So like there's ice cubes. That's fine for cooling your drink down, right?
And there's
Ice
ice chips.
Chips, which great if you're in labor. But ice pellets,
They're the
That's
best.
great. Like hot
Ooh.
day drinking, like and crunch in your eyes.
Should we do snow cones with like flavored snow cones?
Oh, we could.
Shaved
We got
ice.
a whole ship.
Shaved ice. There you go. Okay. Where'd Adam
So
go?
off to the observatory.
I'm stripping. I don't know.
Yes, to the
Now's
observatory.
not the time.
Oh boy. Hold
Can-
on.
Have we coup de grace this Jin god yet?
No, that was just his.
Yeah, no, I'm
emissary.
about to do that as we leave.
I was wondering because it would have been out of character for you, and that would have been suspicious, or just as a friend.
No, as we
But you
walk
not-
out, I'm gonna just put another one in his head.
Are we bringing the captain, or are we leaving him? On
no, and I'm just curious what we do with everyone else.
We got to get him back to the Crimson Dawn.
I don't know that I trust them all here on the bridge without us.
Yeah.
Well, the
Can
captain's
we?
not
I want
doing
to gag him as well, so that he can't use vocal commands to override whatever ship's protocols.
All right.
Not to split the party, but do you want me to escort them to the ship?
No, I don't want to split up. So let's do this. Adam, why don't you pull one of your engineer specials on the captain? Everyone else, let's head down to observation before we decide if we're going to fly this thing home or leave on the Dawn.
Right. One of my renter friends taught me how to tie a gag really good.
Great.
Or you could just do what you did to the engineer.
Oh, yeah, I mean that's very true. So I'll wrap the energy whip around his neck so that I get his vagus nerve, and then I'll apply 2 cells worth into it because I can't tell the difference between him being non-responsive and being incapable of response. So I'll give him 2 points of stress in that.
Roll me a melee attack.
Yeah.
That's 2 for
And
melee
now we
and then
don't have
3
to
for
worry about the
strength.
captain.
I was gonna say.
And
I don't understand why
only
I'm
1
dead.
success out of 5 dice.
You rip around. It manages to shock and stun him. Although whatever you did wrapped weird around his neck, you pinched a nerve bad. And his body
there.
jerks out of the chair and smashes into the control panel. The panel sparks, and you guys are now floating off of the ground as if there is no gravity.
I thought he was
Adam.
right to the chair.
And
Automatically.
that's where we're
Yeah.
gonna call it for tonight.
Mag boots. Just remember, if you're wearing mag boots, walk like you're walking in high heels.
Oh, I'm getting out of this suit. I'm stripping.
This looks great
First
in an
thing
exosuit.
next show.
Great use of
Well, what a
DP.
All right, folks, that's going to bring us to our conclusion. We're going to go through our questionnaire
Woohoo!
with everyone. We're going to see what people managed to pick up for points tonight.
Not
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Although I'm quite
questions.
surprised with the resilience of some of our players tonight.
We're nothing if not tough.
And
Sure.
for the record, I'm either ending tonight or starting next time with putting like 2 more rounds through the body's head just to make sure.
We trail off as he's floating through the bridge, firing rounds into the. Every shot he takes, he's going faster and faster backward as we zoom out the black.
I'm locked to the floor. The body I shoot, maybe.
Not yet. You have not rolled any checks or skills.
Yeah,
for that.
you can't click your
Uh-huh.
heels till I strip
There
my
is no
suit.
reactions to that.
My energy
I'm a
lasso
game
is still
master,
wrapped
that is
around this
our
motherfucker's neck.
privilege.
You're floating? No, he's like, who's the balloon?
Energy lasso of truth.
All right, folks. Question number 1. Did you participate in the session?
Yes.
Yes.
Uh, Did you overcome a difficult challenge to help your crew reach its current goal?
Yes.
Mm,
You had
Well,
to you had the
we
pockets.
boarded the ship, made it here, regained control of the ship, took out. No, I'm talking about all of us. Took out.
yeah, but
Lieutenant
that's all in a day's work. It just seems
Just because you're an overachiever doesn't mean you get to devalue the difficulty of the task. Ship's therapist here.
I'm a
Can tell you
Capricorn in
you're
his
worth it.
world.
Ship's engineer / therapist.
All right. Number 3. Did you put yourself or your crew at risk because of your personal problem?
Not yet.
No.
I
Yeah.
thought for sure I was going to get Adam with this one.
Yep.
But he was the only one who critical his role on the darkness.
Yep. To get to cast to cast magic missile on the darkness, I absolutely did.
Yeah.
And it's a level 3 spell.
Straight up honest, I thought for sure I was going to get him, and y'all were going to be so stuck trying to break into the machine halls because he's your data gen.
It was the mental version of me picking up a bomb with my hand.
It's Adam or a breaching charge.
All right. Did you learn something new about yourself or another PC?
I didn't know the captain took the icon seriously.
Yeah, we did. I didn't know Hannah was as a Legionnaire. I assumed she'd be a little more adventurous, as opposed to
Wait
yeah.
for
We're
it.
gonna die. Let's leave.
Wait for it. Wait, there's brave and there's stupid.
And then
Fine
there's
line.
super brave.
We'll find out.
Would I have done it? No. Pretty smart. Would I have done it? Yes. Towing the line is stupid.
Did you sacrifice or risk something for your PC buddy?
Ammo.
Yeah. What?
No, ammo's not that.
Not really. The only
Sacrifice or
time we
risk
were in
anything?
danger, he had it handled, and I was busy with a ship.
I'm a PC buddy.
If I
didn't
did
sacrifice
act in
anything.
accordance with your icon.
No.
I left a blank space
That's
open
it.
for the faceless one when I welded shut.
Yes, you did.
I evaded an attack. Yes, I did.
All right. So again, if you've been able to earn 5 points, that's able to get you an upgrade for the next session. If not, then you can earn points the next session for a chance for a final upgrade into our finale because you might need something.
Anything in particular? Asking for a friend.
I don't know.
Extra hit points.
A bodyguard.
But thank you everyone for coming in and joining us as we continue this crazy campaign of the dying ship.
Is it
So
somebody?
who knows what's going to be happening aside from people
Somebody's
judging.
tripping. We all know that's happening.
Yep.
And Mr. Sticky Boots over here.
Yep. But come join us next week as we continue this adventure, as well as tune into everything else the channel has to offer. Tomorrow morning, there is Crafting with a Crew with Cubby and Soshi. Follow up in the evening with Gothic Horror Gaming. So, again, when a nat 20 just won't do, you need a nat 21. It's there somewhere. There it is. Yoo-hoo!